Hey, we're back. And I don't know if this thing is lagging or not, but if it is, I'm not going to be like in front of you like this for a while. But I have looked at all the work that has come through Floop, and I've given you all feedback. And so please go back and look at the feedback. I am excited that y'all got this. I know the lesson was pretty long, but I'm just thrilled that y'all got this. So we're going to move on. For the people that have not submitted your work, I need you to get on that ASAP because I need to give you feedback in order to move on. And then I'm putting in grades today and I'll put you down for a 0. So you don't want that in your life. All right. So just to recap from yesterday, I'm now going to go to the screen. We learned about factoring when A is not 1. And I am pleased to say that you all did your thing. We went through that. I showed you the old-fashioned way. The notes that y'all took were amazing. Okay, shout out to y'all. You learned the new method of factoring. We learned the butterfly method. I drew a butterfly named after Ahmad Jama. I should send this video to him. He'll be so proud. And then you did these 3 problems on your own. And so the only issue that I saw were that people did not keep the correct sign. For instance, if it was 2x minus 1, some people put 2x plus 1 when they were factoring out by grouping. So just watch your signs, and everything else was good. I saw that you know how to factor. I saw the X method. Some students, only a couple, really 1 or 2 students decided not to use the X method, and they were not correct. So I need you to use the X method to show and to gather your work. And today we are still in the same lesson. This video, as you can see, is a lot shorter than yesterday because I told you yesterday was the bulk of the work. We are still factoring when A is not equal to 1. Today, the issue at hand is that your A is not 1, but there is a GCF. We always ask ourselves, hey, can I take out a GCF in these problems? When A is not 1, we now have to ask ourselves, is there a GCF? Yesterday, there were no GCFs that we could take out. Today, there is. So there is 1 extra step, and then everything else, y'all gonna kill it. So it doesn't matter. So we have these 4 problems here that we're gonna work out together. I want you to write these problems down. So take a moment and write them down. And then you're going to do 4 more on your own. That's it. Upload it to Floop and you're done. Like, I'll give you feedback whether you got them right or wrong. And that's it, y'all. Like, I'm not giving you a lot because if you can do 4 problems, you can do 25. Like, that's it. Okay. So here we see that the 6, 10, and a 4, they don't have an X in common, right? So we can't take out an X, but they do have a GCF of 2. All right. So we need to factor out a 2 before we do this problem. So when we factor out a 2, I am going 2 here. And then I'm going to divide everything by 2. So 6x squared divided by 2 is going to give me 3x squared. And then negative 10x divided by 2 gives you a negative 5x. And then negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. So that's the only new thing today. All right. So now we do what we normally do. This A is still not 1. So we still need to do this, y'all. Butterfly it. So we end up with negative 6x squared. And so we come over here and we make our X. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with that 2 in a moment. All right, so the 2 that's right here on the outside. So we make our X, negative 6. I'm so proud of y'all. Man, y'all are amazing. Like, y'all are amazing. I might be in my feelings a little bit. All right. So we end up with negative 6x squared, and then we want that to be a negative 5x. So what can we multiply to get negative 6x squared and add to get negative 5x? That would be a negative 6x and a positive 1x. All right, here we go. Break you down, negative 6x plus x, and then we bring you down, minus 2, bring you down 3x squared. All right, there we go. There's a butterfly. And so, butterfly in the sky. Y'all don't know about that. All right, so we take out the GCF here of 3x. And when we do that, we end up with x minus 2. And then we want this to look like that. So we take out a positive 1. And we get x minus 2. So what we end up with is 3x plus 1 times x minus 2. But what happened to this 2? That 2 is still here. And so from now on, because people forget that 2 all the time, we're going to transfer that 2 to the bottom so we do not forget that GCF that we factored out. Okay, so we end up with 2 times 3x plus 1 times x minus 2. What are these? Factors. Why are they factors? Because 2 times 3x plus 1 times x minus 2 will give you this term right here. Okay, as a side note, if I distribute, oh, hold up, what did I do? Oh, what did I do? I don't know what I did, y'all. I'm gonna have to pause the video. Oh, I just opened up a new tab. Okay, I was like, oh, where we go? All right, so what I was saying is if I distribute, I was trying to press the green. Man, green, I'm trying to press U. There we go. If I distribute back this in here, you don't have to write this down. If I distribute that back in there, I will end up with 6x plus 2 times x minus 2. That's for people that when people don't take out the GCF, oh, this is so good, y'all. When people don't take out the GCF, this is what you end up with, which is not fully factored. These are factors that will give us this right here, but it's not the fully factor. So this term right here has a GCF of 2. So we need to take the 2 out of there. And when we take the 2 out, we end up with 2 times 3x plus 1, then times x minus 2. So if you don't take out the GCF, more than likely people don't look back and be like, is there a GCF still in the problem? And you could ask yourself that and still get the right answer if you forget to take out the GCF. So you might want to ask yourself that just in the future, just to make sure that this is fully factored. Okay? All right, so we don't need that there. I'm going to see if I need to erase it later on because it takes up space. Okay, so let's look here. We always ask ourselves when A is not 1, is there a GCF between these terms? Yeah, everybody, there's a 3. We can factor out a 3. So when we factor out a 3, we're going to be left with, divide everything by 3, 2d squared plus 7d plus 5. Now, I'm telling you now, I am going to bring this 3 down. I'm just going to bring it down there. I know you may not know how much space it needs to take up, but if you look at the last problem, over here, I can see that I took up all that space. All right, butterfly. So multiply you all together, and that gives me 10, d squared. Come over here and make my x. It's going right here, 10d squared, 7d, clearly, that's a 5d and a 2d. So you break down into 5d plus 2d, bring you down. Am I going too fast? Plus 5. Let me slow down. Bring you down. I hear somebody saying yes. Plus 2d squared. You should have the problems written down already. So that ain't me. All right, look at you. I am going to factor out a d because it's the only thing I can take out. So I end up with 2d plus 5. Look at you. You already have 2d plus 5, so I'm going to take out a 1. So I end up with 2d plus 5. And now I have, notice my 3 that's already waiting for me. Bam! So we get d plus 1 times 2d plus 5. What are those factors? That's what they are. And we know that by now. All right, let's look at this one. So 8, 68, and 84. 2 goes into all of those. Do 4, because I know 4 goes into 84, because 8 is 8 times 12 gives you 84. So clearly, I know that 8 times 12 does not give you 84. Boy. That's 96, Mr. O'Neill. Whew, Jesus. It is 11:21 at night. Whatever. I need to stop telling y'all that. Don't be like me. You know, I work all. Yeah. Don't be like me. No, maybe you need to be like me. I don't know. Find a balance. All right. So so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm back. All right. So I know 2 goes in those numbers. I'm going to see if 4 goes in those numbers, because I know 4 will go into 8, and I know 4 goes into 84, because 4 goes into 8, 2, and then 1. That's 21. So if you don't know, come over here and do some quick long division. 4 into 68, that goes 1 time. 4 times 1 is 2, 28, and then that's 7. So yep, 4 goes in that. So the GCF will be 4. So we have 4 times 2n squared plus 17n plus 4 goes into 8 2 times, 4 goes into 1 1 time, 21. All right, so we have our x over here. 2n squared times 21 is going to give you 42n squared. And then 17n. And so 42, all right. It's not 2 and 21, clearly. See if 3 goes into 4 1 time, and then 12. Yep. So it's 3 and 14. So that's 14n and 3n. 14n plus 3n. Bring down the 21. Bring down the 2n squared. Set up this 4 down here at the bottom so we don't forget about you, buddy. And put our plus sign here. All right, what comes out of there? That will be, GCF will be a 2n. And when we take that out, we end up with n plus 7. And out of here, I can take out a positive 3 and end up with n plus 7. Good. And now, set my problem up. 2n plus 3 times n plus 7 times my 4 would be my completely factored, well, terms. Yeah. All right, last one. So this is 20. This is negative 115. This is 30. I know 5 goes into all these numbers. Okay, so I'll say GCF would be 5. Take out, gives me 4p squared. 5 goes into 11 1 time. And then that's 2 times, Mr. O'Neill. That gives you 10. And then that's 15. So that'll be a 23p. And then minus 6. All right, butterfly. Put my 5 down here. I will not forget you, 5. I will not forget you. I won't. Okay, so we end up with negative 24p squared. My butterfly is going to tell me negative 24p squared. And I want a negative 23p. Clearly, that has to be negative 24p and positive 1p. That's the only mistake I saw people making. When this number was negative and this number were negative, people will keep forgetting that a negative times a positive is going to give you a negative. And then a negative plus a positive will make this number negative. All right, that's the mistake I kept seeing people make when they made a mistake, but a lot of people didn't make a mistake at all. So we end up with negative 24p plus p minus 6. Bring down my 4p squared. I can take out a 4p out of here and end up with p minus 6. Hey, you're already there, buddy. P minus 6. And so I have 5 times 4p plus 1 times p minus 6. Beast mode, son. All right, so what you have to do, you have to go to the next page and look. My computer's going really slow because it can't handle recording a video and running this active software because it's a tablet and not a PC. Now I don't have to waste any more time. You're going to do this. Hey, 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 hey. And you're going to submit it to Floop. 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 All right. I love and miss y'all. I will see you in the next video. This has been another Beast Mode production. I'm out. I'm trying to get out. I can't see where to get out. I'm trying to. I came back. I'm trying to go.